Welcome to your Mac. We're here on the desktop, and this is where you'll spend a lot of your time. And so let's take a quick overview of it. Starting at the top here, we've got a menu bar. We'll cover the menu bar in another video in more depth, but it starts off with the Apple icon, and you can get to some different items here. Next, every application has a little menu here where you can access different things. As we move further down, we've got some menu bar icons, and each one does a different thing. Then you've got the main desktop area. You can put a lot of files here and folders and things that you're working on. So let me just drag out a couple of things here. So as you can see, I can litter my desktop with all kinds of things. Generally not what I like to do, but it's possible for me to do that. And here in the bottom of the screen, we have our dock. Our dock contains some applications and folders, and finally the trash can. We'll take a look at the dock also in another video. But as we get started, I just want you to see the layout of your Mac with the menu bar in the top, the desktop in the middle, and the dock at the bottom. Before we leave the desktop, you might want to customize this background image on your computer. And it's really simple. All you have to do is right-click or hold down the Control button and click. And you can come here to change desktop background. Apple has a lot of different backgrounds you can choose. In the recent versions of macOS, you have dynamic desktops. And if you choose one of these, your desktop will change from a bright photo in the morning. And as the day goes on, the colors will change. And in the night, you'll have a darker image in the background. That's kind of a nice feature that's been in macOS for a couple of years. You can also choose photos from your photo library with this option, or you can add your own folders of photos using the plus button here. I'm fine with the way my screen looks, so I'm going to just close this. If you are the type of person who likes to keep a lot of files on their desktop, or you'd like to keep files that you're working on your desktop, there are a couple ways you can customize the desktop to make it a little bit better. If I right-click on the desktop, I can choose Sort By and check Snap to Grid. This will make it so that anytime I drag a file and I let it go, it will snap to a grid so that files won't be sitting on top of each other, and that's when it gets really hard to view your files. You can also customize this by right-clicking again, and we can clean up our desktop by a number of different options. So we can clean up by kind. It will sort our files on our desktop by the different kind of file. One last feature I want to show you on the desktop is this concept of stacks. Let me click on this and then I'll tell you what it did. Okay, now we've got our files and they're sorted into types. So here we have documents, and if I click on the document stack, it opens up with the different kind of documents I've got here. Here I've got PDF documents, and if I click on this one, it'll open up to all the different PDFs that I have. Now you can see there are some file types that are not supported by stacks, and so they just appear kind of randomly. If your files just get too crazy all over the desktop, you might want to try the stacks feature in order to bring a little chaos to the madness. And when I uncheck Use Stacks, all the files go back to where they were. Those are the main features of your desktop. We'll cover other topics in future videos.